Put it in order. Your way or mine?
Well, that's it, Belvedere. Let's finish this.
All right.
Look, I remember when this was my home.
A British butler moves into an American household, and suddenly, life gets infinitely weirder. For decades, fans adored Mr. Belvedere, but beneath the laughs were secrets even the cast didn't expect. Here are 20 hidden facts you probably never noticed. Number 20. Mr. Belvedere was almost a different actor.
No, George. I finally realized that life is too short to waste on trying to even the score.
Yeah, I guess I see what you mean.
However, if it'll make you feel, say something like, why don't you take that football and insert it up your nose? Lord knows there's room for it.
Before Christopher Hewitt became the iconic Mr. Belvedere, the role was actually offered to a British stage actor who had never appeared on American television. Early auditions aimed to find someone with the same refined British charm, but also a slightly stern comedic timing. Producers worried that casting an unknown actor would alienate American viewers, who might struggle with a heavily accented, untested lead. Christopher Hewitt landed the role after a last-minute casting reshuffle when the first choice declined due to scheduling conflicts. Hewitt's theatrical experience made a huge difference. Unlike many sitcom actors who relied on broad gestures, he brought subtle facial expressions and a sophisticated cadence that made Belvedere feel like a cultured presence in the middle-class American household. Early rehearsals reportedly involved coaching on American idioms to ensure he could deliver lines naturally without losing his British poise. Interestingly, some early episodes even had minor script rewrites, because Hewitt's improvisational humor highlighted nuances that the writers hadn't originally considered, resulting in jokes that felt sharper and more layered than typical family sitcom fare. This casting choice shaped the entire show's tone. The combination of a disciplined butler with a relatable American family created the perfect comedic tension. Had the original actor taken the role, fans might never have experienced Hewitt's unique blend of sternness, wit, and occasional mischievous charm, which became the heart of the series. Number 19. Belvedere's glasses were real, but tricky.
Kicked your jacket as you came through the door. No one glared. According to our new ride.
Wesley! A difficult birth, I take it.
Christopher Hewitt's signature spectacles were more than just a prop. They were a deliberate character device. Hewitt wore prescription lenses, but the thick frames occasionally caused filming challenges. Early on, bright studio lights reflected off the lenses, creating glare spots that were difficult to remove with 1980s editing technology. To compensate, the crew experimented with lens coatings, angling camera shots, and even adjusting the intensity of overhead lights. The glasses also contributed to Belvedere's persona. The slightly magnified eyes made him appear both observant and slightly intimidating to the family members, emphasizing his role as the knowledgeable, meticulous butler who could see through household chaos. Interestingly, certain comedic sequences relied on him pushing his glasses up his nose or adjusting them mid-scene to signal exasperation, curiosity, or mild judgment, subtle gestures that became iconic. Hewitt occasionally improvised with his glasses, pushing them higher during a sarcastic line or lowering them to scrutinize a mess. These small adjustments often required multiple takes to ensure continuity, but they enriched the character, giving him a visual shorthand for emotion without words. Fans may assume the glasses were simply a costume choice, but they were a complex tool of both character development and technical precision, proving even minor props can have an outsized impact on sitcom storytelling. Number 18. The family dog had more lines than you realized.
Well, actually, I have something of an advantage over the rest of you. I've been confined like this before.
Leavenworth? A little more,
Mediocre?
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, them's the breaks.
Yep, them sure is.
The Owens family dog, George, was a consistent presence on set, but what viewers rarely notice is that the animal's lines were often planned and rehearsed, almost like a human actor. Trainers used subtle cues to elicit barks, head tilts, and pacing that matched the timing of jokes or punchlines. In early episodes, multiple takes were required because the dog had to hit precise marks to make scenes feel natural, especially when Belvedere reacted to chaos. Interestingly, the dog's role extended beyond comedy. Certain episodes used George as a silent narrator, reacting in ways that conveyed judgment or empathy toward the human characters. The camera would linger on a confused head tilt or a wagging tail at just the right moment, adding a layer of humor and storytelling without a single line of dialogue. Trainers sometimes adjusted lighting and camera angles to ensure George's expressions were visible and clearly readable, which could be challenging given the studio setup and limited space in the Owens' living room set. This approach elevated the dog's presence, turning him into more than a background prop. Fans might assume George was spontaneously funny, but each performance required careful coordination, timing, and editing. The combination of animal behavior, camera work, and Belvedere's reactions created a silent comedic partner, proving that even non-speaking characters were integral to the show's humor and pacing. Number 17. Belvedere's British manners were partly improvised.
Hey, ladies. I just came in to change the linens.
Oh, it's okay, Mr. Bellbottom. I gotta get back to this myself. Gee, I don't know. Do you think I should go, Mr. Butterfinger?
Christopher Hewitt's polished British demeanor wasn't only scripted, much of it came from his own improvisation. While the writers gave guidelines for his etiquette and formal speech, Hewitt often added subtle gestures, tilting his head, straightening a tie, or raising an eyebrow, to emphasize sarcasm or exasperation. These moments weren't always in the script, but became defining traits of the character. One classic example occurred during a scene where George, the family dog, caused chaos in the living room. Hewitt improvised a slow, deliberate toot-toot motion and a polite shake of his head. The camera stayed on him for a beat longer than scripted, and editors left it in because it perfectly captured Belvedere's dry humor. Producers later encouraged him to continue adding these little flourishes, as they made the character more nuanced and charming. The improvisation extended to dialogue rhythm. Hewitt sometimes paused between lines or altered his cadence, forcing family members to react naturally rather than mechanically. These subtle changes gave the show an organic feel, making the comedic timing feel sharper and more spontaneous. His theatrical background made him comfortable experimenting with posture, hand gestures, and facial expressions, which brought a stage-like precision to the sitcom format. This combination of improvisation and character training made Belvedere feel like a real, cultured presence in an American household. While many viewers assumed the stiff manners were scripted, the truth is that Hewitt's instincts as a performer helped define the British butler archetype for television comedy. Number 16. Belvedere's wardrobe had secret pockets.
What did you call me?
Huh?
I'm so sorry. It's the first time you...
Do you think I'm boring, Mr. Bricklayer?
I think you're out of your mind.
Mr. Belvedere's wardrobe was more than just classic suits and waistcoats. It was specifically tailored with hidden pockets and compartments. These secret features were often used on set to conceal props or cues, making the actor's performance smoother during complex comedic sequences. For example, when Belvedere produced a note, a cleaning tool, or a small gag object seemingly out of thin air, it often came from one of these hidden pockets. Costume designers worked closely with Hewitt to ensure that the clothing looked impeccable while accommodating these hidden compartments. Waistcoat linings, jacket hems, and even trouser seams were adjusted to be virtually invisible to the camera. This careful construction allowed Belvedere to maintain his poised, refined look while performing magical or surprising on-screen tricks. Interestingly, the pockets also allowed Hewitt to react spontaneously in scenes, without relying on props being handed to him at the exact moment. For example, in one episode, he pulled a pen from a jacket pocket to jot down an absurd observation about the Owens children, catching the cast off guard and enhancing the comedic effect. Editors often kept these moments in the final cut because they felt natural and heightened Belvedere's clever, resourceful persona. Fans might assume all the magical productions were trick editing, but in reality, the wardrobe itself became a silent tool for storytelling. The integration of fashion and functionality subtly reinforced Belvedere's meticulous, prepared nature, making every suit and pocket part of his character development. Number 15. The set was full of hidden gags.
Come fly with me, come fly, let's fly away.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Ruining a perfectly good song.
For you.
Hey, maybe something happened and you and me are the last two people left on Earth.
Wesley, don't even joke about something like that.
Idern Sicherfen, fu Idern Sicherbafen. The Owens' living room wasn't just a backdrop. It was designed with hidden visual jokes that most viewers never noticed. Background elements like slightly crooked picture frames, strategically placed books, or intentionally mismatched cushions were carefully arranged to reinforce subtle humor. Set designers collaborated with writers to ensure that even the scenery contributed to the comedy without distracting from the main action. One clever example involved a vase that appeared innocuous, but would occasionally tip over or roll slightly during off-screen chaos. This small movement was coordinated with Belvedere's deadpan reactions, enhancing the comedic timing without drawing obvious attention. In another episode, the positioning of a clock or lamp would allow for a visual pun, such as a clock showing an absurdly early bedtime. When Belvedere lectured the kids about responsibility, the hidden gags extended to props stored in the background. Occasionally, objects were intentionally misplaced to reflect the children's personalities or the household's chaotic nature. Directors encouraged Hewitt and the cast to glance or react subtly to these background jokes, making them feel naturally integrated into the environment. These details elevated the show beyond standard sitcom tropes. Fans may not consciously notice the hidden gags, but they contribute to the series' charm, rewarding repeat viewers with visual humor layered beneath dialogue. By combining performance, set design, and meticulous staging, Mr. Belvedere created a rich, dynamic world where comedy came not only from lines, but from the environment itself. Number 14. Belvedere's British accent was polished, not natural.
Well, if you're really interested, nothing compares with the on-the-spot reports of Edward R. Murrow. Now, there was a real journalist. You... Good morning, George.
Yeah.
You're up awfully early.
Not now. I gotta finish this story.
I think...
While Christopher Hewitt was British, his accent in Mr. Belvedere was deliberately refined to match the stereotypical posh butler persona that American audiences expected. Hewitt grew up in London and had a natural upper-class accent, but producers asked him to exaggerate certain vowel sounds and maintain a crisp, formal cadence for comedic clarity. This meant elongating syllables in key phrases, emphasizing consonants, and pausing just enough to create timing for jokes. Interestingly, the accent also became a subtle comedic tool. Belvedere would sometimes switch to a slightly softer, almost conversational tone when interacting with the children, contrasting with his formal speech for adults. This subtle shift emphasized his intelligence, patience, and occasional mischief, creating layers of humor that weren't apparent on first viewing. Hewitt reportedly experimented with intonation and stress patterns in rehearsal, testing how minor changes would affect the audience's perception of authority versus playfulness. Directors and sound editors worked closely with him, occasionally re-recording dialogue or adjusting sound levels to ensure the accent read clearly across different scenes and studio microphones. This attention to detail helped avoid misunderstandings, as American viewers in the 1980s were less familiar with nuanced British dialects than today. By carefully managing his speech, Hewitt not only created a believable, charmingly proper character, but also ensured that comedic timing worked seamlessly with both dialogue and physical gestures. What seems effortless on screen was the result of meticulous vocal craft, proving that even a well-known accent can be a powerful instrument in character development. Number 13. The Owens children were encouraged to ad-lib.
You guys friends now?
Sure, I guess so.
Oh, certainly, Wesley.
So why don't you guys finish it?
You, Belvedere,
Beg your pardon?
ever play pool?
Oh, maybe once or twice.
Oh, you're being modest.
One of the most charming aspects of Mr. Belvedere is the natural chemistry between the family and Belvedere, and much of that comes from encouraging the child actors to improvise. Todd, Kevin, and Heather often added spontaneous reactions to Hewitt's lines, especially when he delivered sarcastic or dry humor. Directors purposely left pauses in dialogue to give the children opportunities to respond naturally. This improvisation sometimes led to unexpected comedic moments. For instance, in one episode, Todd made a sarcastic remark that wasn't in the script, prompting Hewitt to pause, adjust his timing, and respond on the spot. Editors later included this unscripted exchange in the final cut because it enhanced the authenticity of the family dynamic. Such interactions created a playful, realistic energy that made Belvedere's reactions feel genuinely exasperated, clever, or amused. Interestingly, this approach required careful balancing. While the children had freedom, directors still maintained overall narrative structure, ensuring key plot points weren't lost amid the ad-libbed lines. Some scenes required multiple takes to capture the right combination of spontaneity and scripted dialogue. The encouragement of improvisation contributed to the show's warmth and relatability. Fans might assume the humor came entirely from Hewitt or scripted lines, but the children's spontaneous contributions were equally vital. The combination of precise timing, improvisation, and genuine reactions elevated the show beyond typical sitcom family dynamics, making the Owens household feel like a real, lived-in environment. Number 12. Belvedere had a hidden physical comedy routine.
Oh, hey, are you guys planning on using the house tonight?
No, Kevin. Tonight's the night your mother and I usually go sit in the gutter. Why? What have you done? And can they prove it?
It's not me, it's Beth.
Who?
She got me in her bedroom and then she gave me root.
Christopher Hewitt's performance included a subtle, almost invisible layer of physical comedy that viewers rarely noticed. Unlike traditional slapstick, Belvedere's humor often relied on micro-movements, adjusting a cuff, pausing mid-step, or tilting his head in a precise rhythm to emphasize exasperation or irony. These small gestures were rehearsed meticulously and timed to match dialogue, props, and reactions from other actors. For example, in a scene involving a spilled drink or a chaotic entrance by one of the children, Hewitt would often incorporate a slight stumble, an exaggerated hand motion, or a delayed glance that created a comedic beat without breaking his dignified appearance. This restrained physicality made Belvedere appear in control while simultaneously highlighting the absurdity around him. Interestingly, the show's directors encouraged Hewitt to blend theatrical training with television pacing. His stage experience allowed him to execute subtle, deliberate movements that registered in close-ups and medium shots, enhancing visual comedy in ways that broad, obvious gestures could not. Editors would sometimes extend or shorten shots to ensure these micro-gestures landed effectively on screen. This combination of precise timing, theatrical control, and understated physical humor became a defining trait of the character. Fans often credit the dialogue for the laughs, but the physical nuances added layers of comedic sophistication, proving that Belvedere's humor was as much about motion and timing as it was about words. Number 11. Belvedere's desk was a prop powerhouse.
Okay, he's 18 but really immature.
No. I don't care if he's Victor mature. I absolutely forbid it.
Last minute.
How do you spell urinalysis?
I beg your pardon?
Come on, I'm doing a story on ball players and drug testing.
Mr. Belvedere's desk in the Owens home office looked like a simple piece of furniture, but it was carefully designed to hold hidden props and cues. Writers and set designers collaborated to create compartments, drawers, and secret spaces where notes, gadgets, or gag objects could be stored for quick access during scenes. This allowed Hewitt to produce items seamlessly, often mid-conversation, without breaking the character's polished demeanor. The desk's design was particularly important in episodes where Belvedere needed to reveal information, deliver a clever twist, or playfully tease the children. For instance, one scene required him to pull a hidden report from a drawer while simultaneously adjusting his glasses and responding to a question. This choreography required multiple rehearsals to make the action look effortless. Sometimes, the production team even created duplicates of the desk for different camera angles, ensuring continuity and minimizing interruptions during filming. Interestingly, the desk also contributed subtly to Belvedere's persona. Its intricate design and hidden compartments reinforced the image of a meticulous, prepared, and clever individual who always had a solution or observation ready. Even fans who didn't consciously notice the desk's features were influenced by its presence. It helped shape the impression of Belvedere as someone who operated several steps ahead of the Owens family. By integrating prop functionality with character development, the desk became more than a set piece. It was a tool that enhanced storytelling, comedic timing, and visual humor, showcasing the attention to detail that made the show memorable. Number 10. Belvedere's shoes were choreographed for comedy.
Shouldn't you be out there with the other savages?
They want me to yodel.
So it's come to the... As for Wesley, I can only hope that his first kiss was as memorable as mine. So long ago.
Christopher Hewitt's footwear was surprisingly important for his comedic performance. The polished Oxford shoes he wore were specially selected to allow subtle squeaks, clicks, or pauses that enhanced timing and emphasized reactions. Directors and editors noted that even a slight shift in his weight or the sound of a step could punctuate a joke or exaggerate a moment of exasperation. Some scenes required precise choreography with the shoes. For example, when Belvedere approached the children to deliver a witty remark, Hewitt timed each footstep to match his dialogue and facial expressions, creating a rhythm that heightened the humor. In one famous episode, a deliberate pause and exaggerated click of the heels accentuated a sarcastic comment, drawing more laughter than the line alone. Interestingly, the shoes also had to accommodate studio conditions. The sets were often slippery or uneven, so the soles were modified to provide grip while still allowing the subtle sounds needed for comedic effect. Hewitt practiced walking, pivoting, and gesturing in the shoes to maintain balance and timing, sometimes rehearsing sequences dozens of times to achieve perfection. Fans may assume Belvedere's humor came solely from dialogue or expression, but the careful coordination of footwear, posture, and movement contributed just as much. These small, often unnoticed details added layers of sophistication to his comedy, blending physical timing, sound, and performance in a way that became a defining characteristic of the show. Number 9. The show hid subtle social commentary.
If we're not careful, you may actually end up being an asset to society.
Not if I can help it. Why don't you guys shake hands?
Well, I'm willing if you're willing.
Oh,
Although Mr. Belvedere is primarily remembered as a family sitcom, many episodes contain subtle social commentary that most viewers didn't consciously notice. Writers wove in lessons about responsibility, gender roles, environmental awareness, and social etiquette. Belvedere often served as a moral compass, guiding the Owens family through everyday challenges while embedding ethical guidance in humorous exchanges. For instance, one episode addressed consumerism by highlighting the chaos caused by the children's desire for unnecessary gadgets. Belvedere's calm, reasoned responses provided not only comedic contrast, but also a gentle critique of overindulgence. In another episode, subtle commentary about peer pressure, honesty, or kindness was layered into casual interactions with minimal fanfare, ensuring the lessons didn't feel forced. The social commentary was carefully balanced with humor, ensuring the show remained lighthearted while still resonating with audiences. Scripts often underwent multiple revisions to maintain this balance, with writers testing whether jokes overshadowed messages or vice versa. Belvedere's British perspective amplified the effect. His polite, measured tone made critiques feel witty and insightful rather than preachy. These hidden messages enhanced the show's depth, rewarding attentive viewers who could appreciate the nuanced approach to family dynamics and ethical lessons. While casual viewers might have only laughed at the comedic antics, repeated viewings reveal layers of thoughtfulness that contributed to the series' enduring appeal, proving that sitcoms could entertain while subtly reflecting on social norms. Number 8. Belvedere's catchphrases were carefully scripted.
Oh, this is all your fault.
oh really?
You're always telling me I have to live up to my potential and apply myself, and I did. Look,
I've been in this stupid band for 2 weeks already, and I haven't done anything. I mean, it's kind of hard to rock out to Home on the Range.
While Christopher Hewitt delivered his lines with natural wit, many of Belvedere's most memorable catchphrases were deliberately crafted by the writers to emphasize his dry humor and exasperation. Phrases like, "I beg your pardon," or "that is highly irregular," weren't spontaneous. They were carefully timed to match both his physical gestures and the reactions of the Owens family. These catchphrases served multiple purposes. On one level, they became comedic punctuation marks, allowing the audience to anticipate a reaction or laugh before the next gag. On another level, they reinforced Belvedere's character as a cultured, observant, and sometimes sarcastic figure amidst the chaos of a suburban household. Writers would test multiple variations of each line, considering how the cadence, intonation, and context would affect comedic timing. Interestingly, Hewitt often added subtle inflections or pauses to make these lines feel more natural. For example, a simple indeed could be delivered with a raised eyebrow, slight head tilt, or exasperated sigh, enhancing its comedic impact. Directors and editors would sometimes extend a pause or linger on a reaction to ensure that the line landed perfectly. These small adjustments contributed significantly to the show's rhythm, blending verbal wit with non-verbal cues. Belvedere's catchphrases eventually became a defining feature of the series. Fans recognized them immediately, and they contributed to the timelessness of the character's charm. What seems effortless on screen was the result of meticulous scripting, rehearsal, and performance refinement, proving that even short lines can carry enormous comedic weight when delivered with precision. Number 7. Belvedere's clockwork timing was a hidden trick.
Well, as you know, I was never one for long goodbyes. George? Oh. Well, ta-ta.
Belvedere's comedic timing extended far beyond lines and gestures. It included a hidden precision with movement, pauses, and interaction that made each joke land perfectly. Production notes revealed that Hewitt sometimes timed his steps, head tilts, and reactions to fractions of a second, creating what the directors called clockwork timing. For example, when a child caused chaos in the living room, Hewitt might wait precisely one beat before reacting, giving the audience just enough anticipation to amplify the humor. He often synchronized with background props, like a rolling ball or a swinging lamp, to add a visual punchline without overtly drawing attention. These microsecond adjustments were rehearsed repeatedly, sometimes dozens of times, to ensure that timing matched dialogue, camera angles, and lighting. Interestingly, this precision was complemented by subtle improvisation. Hewitt could slightly alter timing mid-take based on the children's ad-libbed lines, creating a natural flow while maintaining the illusion of perfect control. Editors would then choose the take that balanced spontaneity with mechanical perfection, further refining the comedic effect. The result is a seamless performance where verbal wit, physicality, and visual cues all converge. Fans often credit the humor to script or dialogue, but the hidden precision in timing was equally important. Belvedere's micromanaged pacing turned everyday interactions into comedic art, making his calm demeanor amid chaos feel effortless and masterful. Number 6. Belvedere's tea ceremony was a subtle running gag.
Oops, there goes another rubber tree. Oops, there goes another rubber tree.
And it has the drawing of a heart on it.
Ooh.
Belvedere's love of proper etiquette extended to tea preparation, which became a recurring subtle joke throughout the series. While viewers might have seen it as a minor character quirk, the tea sequences were carefully choreographed to add humor, emphasize his cultural background, and contrast with the Owens family's casual American habits. Each tea-making scene involved detailed movements, measuring sugar, steeping leaves, pouring milk, and handling delicate cups. Hewitt rehearsed these actions repeatedly to make them appear natural while also leaving room for comic timing, such as spilling a drop or pausing in exasperation at a child's interruption. These sequences often played out over multiple takes to achieve the perfect combination of grace and humor. Interestingly, the tea ritual became a subtle storytelling tool. It emphasized Belvedere's meticulous nature, patience, and tendency to notice chaos others overlooked. For example, he might silently serve tea while observing the children's mischief, delivering a glance or sigh that communicated more than words ever could. Directors often used close-ups of the tea set or slow pans to accentuate these micro-reactions, reinforcing the comedic contrast between Belvedere's elegance and the family's disorder. Fans may have assumed these moments were purely decorative, but they were part of a layered comedic strategy. The tea ceremony highlighted character traits, enhanced timing, and contributed to visual humor, proving that even small, repeated routines can become iconic when executed with care and subtlety. Number 5. Belvedere's humor often relied on subtle eye movements.
Winston Churchill?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I can't call him.
Newcastle.
Hey, that's pretty close.
Hardest hit were several mobile home parks in the region. No other details are available.
Hey, Mr. Bill.
One of the defining features of Christopher Hewitt's performance was his use of subtle eye movements to enhance humor. Unlike exaggerated sitcom reactions, Belvedere's comedic timing often depended on tiny shifts in gaze, raised eyebrows, or the occasional deliberate stare. These micro-expressions allowed the audience to sense disbelief, irony, or mild exasperation without a single word, adding layers to his dialogue and physical comedy. Directors encouraged Hewitt to use his eyes as a storytelling tool, especially in scenes involving the Owens children's antics. For example, when a mess appeared in the living room or a prank went awry, Hewitt's slightly widened eyes, followed by a slow blink, conveyed shock and judgment perfectly. These reactions were often synchronized with props, camera angles, and dialogue, making them integral to the pacing of each joke. Interestingly, this technique required extensive rehearsal. Hewitt would practice various eye movements to see which subtle gestures elicited the best comedic response, testing them with children, co-stars, and crew. Editors would then select takes where his gaze worked in harmony with timing, dialogue, and background action. The effect was so seamless that casual viewers often didn't consciously notice, yet the humor landed perfectly. Belvedere's eye-based humor contributed significantly to the character's charm. It made him appear intelligent, patient, and always a step ahead of the Owens family, enhancing the sophisticated comedic tone of the series. These nuanced performances demonstrate how even the smallest facial movements can elevate sitcom comedy when executed with precision and intent. Number 4. Belvedere's British wit was often unsung.
Snowing outside.
Oh dear.
Well, how was everybody's dinner?
A very,
Night.
be careful.
Huh?
Going upstairs, getting into bed, be careful. It can be treacherous in the dark.
Much of Belvedere's humor came from his dry, sophisticated wit, which was sometimes lost on American audiences at the time. Writers incorporated clever wordplay, double entendres, and ironic observations, but Hewitt's delivery made these lines resonate with subtle charm rather than overt comedy. The humor relied on timing, intonation, and understated gestures rather than loud punchlines, creating a unique comedic rhythm for the series. For instance, Belvedere might comment on a minor household mishap with a perfectly measured, "How very inconvenient," while pausing just long enough for the audience to register the contrast between civility and chaos. This type of delivery was deliberate, designed to reward attentive viewers who appreciated clever phrasing and understated irony. Hewitt often tested different inflections to find the most effective comedic tone, and directors encouraged him to trust his instincts. Interestingly, the combination of British wit and physical subtlety allowed Belvedere to deliver lessons or criticism humorously. He could address children's misbehavior or adults' mistakes with precision, making even moral lessons entertaining. Editors often kept these small nuances in the final cut because they added depth to the character without interrupting narrative flow. Belvedere's understated humor became a signature trait. It demonstrated that effective comedy doesn't always require loud delivery. Intelligent timing, clever phrasing, and subtle inflection can create memorable, lasting laughs. Fans who rewatch the show often notice the layers of wit they may have missed initially, highlighting the sophistication behind classic sitcom comedy. Number 3. Belvedere's on-set rituals helped performance.
Kevin, that's ridiculous.
I can't drive.
Kevin, what's the problem?
I told
All this.
It's called breakfast. Just my way of thanking you for your family's hospitality.
Thank you.
Christopher Hewitt developed specific on-set rituals that helped him maintain consistency and focus throughout filming. For example, before each take, he would rehearse gestures silently, adjust his glasses, and take micro-pauses to center his breathing. These routines ensured that his posture, timing, and facial expressions were precise, even in the midst of chaotic scenes with children or elaborate prop setups. Hewitt also had small personal cues he used to manage comedic timing. He would occasionally tap a finger on the desk or subtly shift his weight before delivering a line, helping him anticipate both his dialogue and reactions from co-stars. While these movements were minor, they allowed him to remain fully present and in control, creating a polished, professional performance even during long filming days. Interestingly, Some of these rituals became essential when working with the child actors and animal co-stars. Coordinating timing with ad-libbed lines, props, and pets required a disciplined approach, and Hewitt's routines provided the consistency needed to make interactions seamless. Directors noted that his preparation often set the tone for the rest of the cast, helping everyone achieve rhythm and energy on set. Fans might assume that Belvedere's poised appearance was effortless, but these behind-the-scenes rituals contributed significantly to the character's precision and charm. They ensured that every subtle gesture, line delivery, and facial expression landed perfectly, reinforcing the sophisticated yet comedic aura that made the show enduringly popular. Number 2. Belvedere's library was full of hidden references.
Intentioned enough, they do seem a bit out of touch with one another. But with a certain amount of patience and direction,
The bookshelves in Belvedere's home office were not just set dressing. They contained deliberate references and inside jokes. Many books were chosen for their titles, often hinting at themes of intelligence, etiquette, or humor, subtly reinforcing Belvedere's cultured persona. For example, in one episode, a prominently displayed book had a title that mirrored a moral lesson in the plot, a detail unnoticed by casual viewers but cherished by observant fans. Set designers collaborated closely with the writers to select books that could double as visual gags. Some were even printed with humorous fake titles visible only at certain angles, such as How to Correct Your Family Without Losing Your Sanity or Advanced Etiquette for the Overly Polite. These details served as small, layered jokes that enhanced the show's sophisticated humor. Interestingly, Belvedere's use of the library was also functional. In several scenes, he would pull books to produce notes or reveal hidden messages, similar to his wardrobe and desk tricks. This integration of props and storytelling required careful timing and rehearsal. Editors often ensured that camera angles captured both the visual gag and the character's reaction for maximum comedic effect. Fans may have assumed the library was purely decorative, but it was a subtle tool that added depth to Belvedere's world. It reinforced his intelligence, wit, and meticulous nature while providing hidden visual humor for attentive viewers. These layers contributed to the show's enduring charm, making the environment as much a part of the comedy as the characters themselves. Number 1. The series finale included unseen continuity tricks.
7-ball side pocket. Oh, hard cheese.
You know, if you weren't so old, I would have married you myself.
The series finale of Mr. Belvedere is often remembered for its heartfelt moments, but behind the scenes, the production team employed clever continuity tricks to tie decades of character development together. Since the show had introduced numerous props, running jokes, and subtle character traits over the years, directors and editors meticulously reviewed old footage to ensure everything aligned seamlessly. For example, Belvedere's gestures, timing, and even the placement of certain objects mirrored earlier episodes, creating a sense of nostalgia and internal consistency. Scenes were carefully blocked so the children's reactions echoed prior character growth, while visual callbacks, like the proper arrangement of his desk or the positioning of the tea set, reinforced long-term storytelling. Interestingly, some dialogue lines were re-recorded or adjusted to match past performances, preserving continuity and ensuring that the finale felt both familiar and satisfying. Editors also inserted subtle flashbacks or visual cues that casual viewers might not consciously notice, but that longtime fans would recognize, rewarding those who followed the show from the beginning. This attention to detail emphasized the care taken to honor both the characters and the audience. It transformed the finale from a simple conclusion into a layered, thoughtful send-off, blending humor, nostalgia, and precision in a way few sitcoms achieved at the time. The finale's hidden continuity tricks contributed to its lasting reputation as a cleverly constructed, emotionally resonant ending. Bonus fact: Belvedere's favorite objects were personal to Hewitt.
Temperature, too.
Well, let's see. 115.
It's gone down a little.
Basement.
No, I moved them out to the garage. By tomorrow, I hope to have them out on the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Mr. Belvedere, this is Wesley.
A little-known fact is that several of Belvedere's on-screen objects had personal significance to Christopher Hewitt. For example, certain teapots, pens, and desk accessories were items Hewitt owned or had brought from his own home. He requested these props be incorporated into the set to make the character feel more authentic and grounded. Hewitt believed that interacting with familiar items helped him stay in character, especially during long shooting days or complex scenes with multiple moving parts. Using personal objects allowed him to maintain subtle gestures, precise timing, and natural reactions, contributing to the seamless, polished performance audiences saw on screen. Interestingly, some of these items became recurring props, appearing in multiple episodes and subtly enhancing continuity. A favorite teacup or desk accessory would be placed in just the right spot for a visual gag or reaction shot, blending personal attachment with professional utility. Crew members noticed that scenes filmed with Hewitt's personal items often required fewer takes, as he seemed more confident and in rhythm, further improving production efficiency. This detail highlights how closely Hewitt intertwined his personal life with his work, adding subtle authenticity that viewers may never consciously recognize. The integration of personal objects became a secret ingredient in the character's charm, showing that even minor prop choices can have meaningful impacts on performance and audience perception. These 20 secrets, plus the bonus fact, show that the magic of Mr. Belvedere comes from both visible charm and hidden complexity. The attention to detail, improvisation, and subtle humor make the show timeless, proving that a truly great sitcom is about much more than just laughter. It's about precision, character, and a deep understanding of the art of comedy.